Perfect. Okay, so let's start standing with our feet together. Turn your heels out to the corners of the room, fronts of the feet to follow. Soft through your knees, bring your hands to your hips, sending the hips all the way back and all the way forwards, all the way back and all the way forwards, all the way back, all the way forwards, and then to your midway point between the two. Straightening up through the knees, bring your hands to the outside of the ribs. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Arms down by your sides, roll your shoulders. And remember your golden thread from the base of your skull, pulling you up nice and tall. Turn the head side to side. And down to the floor, up to the ceiling. And back to center. Take your hands to your shoulders, circle the elbows around. Keep the navel drawn in and reverse the direction. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips together, soft through the knees, twisting around side to side. Take your hands up to the ceiling. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale over to one side, push your hips in the opposite direction. Inhale up to center. Exhale over to the other side, pushing those hips away. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the second side. Inhale, center. Holding onto your hips, let's take one leg up and circle that leg around. And reverse the direction. Holding your leg up, point and flex the foot. And gently place it down. Other side, circling that hip open. And reverse the direction. Holding the leg up, point and flex the foot. And gently place it down. Pilates V with the feet, heels together, toes apart. Let's come up slowly onto the tiptoes and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up at the top and hold. Circle the arms around. And reverse the direction. Perfect. So we're going to go for Curtsy Lunges, which is where we step one leg back in a diagonal line. Make sure both your hip bones are facing forward. So it's really tempting when you come into this position to let the hips twist over to one side, but we want to keep them facing forwards. And then come back up. Step back with the other leg and back up. So we're not looking for speed here, we're looking for nice posture, making sure the hips are in the right place. If you feel confident with it, you can speed it up. But if you feel less confident and it's better for you to take it a bit slower and find the correct positioning, then that's excellent. Well done. Make sure you're taking that diagonal line back behind you. It's not a traditional lunge, so that the foot is stepping back in a diagonal line behind you, like you're curtsying. Well done. For 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back with the right foot, so your right foot is back, and we're going to pulse. and pulse, and pulse. For 3, 2, and 1. Stepping up, left foot back behind you. Check in with those hips. Come down and pulse, and pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, well done. Let's take I'll show you from the side. We're going to have the right foot planted down on the ground. Left knee comes into the chest. I can't get my leg too high, but you're going to try and get your knee a little bit higher if you can. And then gently leaning forwards, take that back leg back up behind you in a straight line. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine. So knee comes into the chest, and then tilting forwards, take that leg up behind you. Keep a little bend in the leg that's standing. Knee in, and back. 3 more. For 3, well done. For 2, keep breathing, navel drawn in, and 1. Well done. Place that foot down. We're going to take the right knee into the chest now, so left foot down, right knee into the chest. Leaning forwards, take that back leg back, and in, back, and in, back, and in. For 3, keep breathing. For 2, and 1. Perfect. Placing your feet just outside of hip distance, bending low into the knees. Take your weight a little bit further back so that you're in your heels, so you're really pushing into the heels. Take your arms up to a cactus position. Keep the back nice and straight. Really push the elbows back as you straighten the arms, and then bend. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. Draw the navel in and bend. Keep the elbows high, straighten and bend. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms down. Take them back behind you, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to pulse those arms up to the ceiling. And pulse. And pulse. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your wrists over one another, alternating. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, roll the shoulders, coming to the back of the mat. Feet hip distance and parallel. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, chin to chest, rolling down, nice and slowly. Pausing at the bottom, relax your head and shoulders, keep your legs straight. And then bend your knees as much as you need to walk those hands forward into your plank position. Holding the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees and press back into your shell position, aka child's pose. This beanbag out the way. Okay. Coming up and forwards into your box. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to inhale to arch the spine and exhale to round. Inhale to arch and exhale to round. Inhale to arch, exhale to round, and coming into our neutral. We have the option of being up on the fists if your wrists get sore. Otherwise should be fine. If anyone's wrist gets sore, please do shout and then we can modify. Otherwise, we're going to step the left leg back behind you. Take the back of your right hand to your forehead. Keep the leg nice and straight. Keep the navel drawn in. We're going to take that elbow down to the mat. And then on an exhale, twist it around, open it up to the ceiling. Inhale your elbow to the mat. Exhale to twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. For more of a challenge, lift that top leg up, holding that top leg up. As you inhale down, exhale, twist. We're going to do 3 more. For 3, for 2, and 1. Gently place your hand down, take your knee down. Take your right leg back, back of the left hand to the forehead. Drawing that navel in. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Lift that leg if you want the challenge for your final 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Gently release. Well done. Either take a moment in shell if you need a breather, or if you want a bit more of a challenge, come down onto your forearms, tuck your toes, big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lift your knees off the mat and hold. So it's up to you what option you take. Hold for 5, 4. Very long pause. 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower down. Well done. Coming to kneeling. Sorry, I'm cutting off the top of my head here, but you don't need to see that anyway. So place your fists between your knees. That's the distance apart that you want your knees. Pushing the hips forward at the top so you're squeezing your glutes. We're going to take those hips down to the feet and then back up. Hips down. So make sure your knees are only fist distance apart and up. Down and up. Down and up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. For 2, and 1. All the way down, halfway up. All the way down, halfway up. All the way down, halfway up. For 2, and 1. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. For 3, for 2, and 1. Hold halfway. Circle the hips. Get low in the legs. Keep breathing. Reverse the direction of your circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to the top. Now option, we're going to take either left hand back behind you, just show from the side. So just to about here, right arm reaches up and overhead, take a little lean. If you'd like, you can take a hold of that heel with your left hand and reach overhead. And then come back up, changing sides. So right arm back or onto the heel, lean, and switch. Pushing the hips forward as you lean back. And lean. Let's do one more each side, keep breathing. Lean and lean and release. Perfect. Let's come to lie down on your right hand side. Starting off with our knees together, feet together, hand down to support you. Keep the navel drawn in and lift the waist off the mat by a few centimeters. A couple of deep calming breaths. Let's open the knee and close. Make sure your hips aren't rolling open as you open. Open and close. Open and close for 3, 2, and 1. Take that top leg to hip height. Let's go knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle the leg around and circle, 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 reverse the direction. Make sure that circle is coming from the hip. 2, 3, and 4. You can either repeat with the knee to knee, toe to toe, or if you want a bit more of a challenge, holding that top leg at hip height, straighten that leg and bend, straighten and bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten and hold, hold, and circle that leg around, that straight leg. Circle and circle, and reverse the direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it back down, give your bum a punch if it needs it. Perfect, well done. Straighten those legs out, draw that navel in, big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lift both the feet. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift those feet. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift and lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your feet up, hold them up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Flex the feet. Option to either bend the top leg with the foot down, or slightly harder, lift that top leg, hold on to your foot. Keep the navel drawn in. So flexing that bottom leg foot. We're going to lift that leg and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Gently release. Bend your knees. Coming up to seated before switching over to lie on your left hand side. So starting with your knees bent, finding your comfortable position, making sure the navel is drawn in, your waist is lifted off the mat, ankles together. Let's open the knee and close. Again, take care that your hips aren't rolling back when you open up. Open and close for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that top leg at hip height, circle around from the hip. Nice and slow, reverse the direction. Well done. And then we're going to either continue with the knee to knee, toe to toe, or for a bit harder, lift that top leg to hip height, straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it out straight, circle around. Reverse the direction. Well done. Gently bend it down. Give your bum a punch if it needs it. Straightening those legs out. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Lift both your legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold them up at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Top leg can either bend, place the foot down on the ground, or holding it up. We're going to flex the foot on the bottom leg, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Bend those knees, coming up to seated. Lovely. Finding a comfortable cross-legged position. Keeping the sit bones down on the mat. We can either take your right hand or elbow down to the mat, but keep your sit bones grounded. So whichever works better for you. Take the other arm up and overhead, in line with the ear, reaching over. Coming up and over, left hand or elbow down, reaching overhead. And back up. So we're going to take the feet slightly further away, glue the legs together, chest nice and upright, lift those legs up to your teaser, and I'm going to have my feet down, but you're going to keep your feet up and have your arms out. Keep drawing the navel in nice and firmly. So we're going to take those hands down and up, down and up, down and up for 4. Keep breathing, navel draws in. 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms out to the side and center, side and center, side and center for 3, 2, 1. Final push, one arm down, one arm up, and switch, switch, and switch, switch, and switch for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Gently coming back onto your elbows. Keeping the knees bent. We're going to go for toe taps in this position. So lift those legs up to hip height and tap down and down. Make sure that lowering is coming from your hip, not your knee. Don't let that knee bend at all. So keep going with your toe taps. Well done. Keep the navel drawn in. Nice and slow. 3. Really make sure that knee is taking away from you as well. It's not just tapping directly down the foot. You want to feel that there's a bit of a leg extension, so that leg is moving away from you as you tap that foot down. Let's do 2 more each side for 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Keeping the legs up. Let's go for wide drops. So the knee drops out to the side and switch. Switch. And switch. Switch. And switch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to lie down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest for just a moment. And then take those legs up to the ceiling, straight as you can. Don't worry if you need to keep a little bend in there. Point the toes. Well done. So we are going to draw a circle on the ceiling using your toes. So the bigger the circle, the harder it is, but I want you to go really, really slowly. And the lower down towards the floor you go, the harder it is. So try not to let your legs bend at all. This is really a straight leg exercise. Keep breathing. See if you can increase the size of the circle. And then reverse the direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your legs to tabletop. Perfect. So we're going to straighten and lower one leg and pulse it above the ground for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back in, changing sides, straighten, lower and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5 and back in. As you continue to do this for extra challenge, you can lift your head and shoulders off the mat. If your neck hurts, place one or both hands behind your head for support. Well done. Keep changing. Perfect, perfect. Well done. Make sure if you're lifting your head and shoulders that that lift is coming from your abdominals, not just your neck. You can press your head into your hands to be sure. Well done. Keep going. For 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment if you need to hug your knees into your chest. Otherwise, we're going to bring both those legs back to tabletop. Final bit of abs. Keep your head and shoulders down, arms out to the side, a bit wider than normal, so arms to about here. And we're going to take the knees over to one side and then over to the other. So think of your knees as being like a pendulum swinging. Taking the knees down one side, then the other. Try and keep your knees together. I squeeze those thighs together. If you want more of a challenge, you can straighten the legs. Nice and slow. Well done. Keep going. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Well done. Take your feet down to the mat, hip distance. And then gently tilting your hips towards your shoulders, peel yourself up into your shoulder bridge. So curling that spine up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time. And then gently peel yourself back down. If you ever feel this in your knees, maybe step your feet slightly further away from your hips. because you don't want to feel this in your knees. Peeling up and peeling down. Well done. Peeling up. Next time you're up, please hold. Hold. Now we're just going to lower the hips straight down to the floor and back up again. So less peeling, just more of a lower and a lift. Lower and a lift. You can come up to your tiptoes for extra challenge. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding up high at the top. Let's pulse towards the ceiling. So pulse those hips. Little pulses, well done. Keep pulsing, keep pulsing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down for just a moment. So peel your hips back down. Take a moment to breathe. And then exhale, peel your hips back up into your shoulder bridge. Option to continue either the lifting and lowering that you've just been doing, followed by some pulsing, or if you'd like to make it a bit harder, come up, either stay on your feet with the feet flat, or harder still, up onto your tiptoes. From here, you're going to bring one knee in towards your chest, gently place it down, and then alternate. So it's a little knee march. Keep the hips really high, and you want to avoid, if you feel when you lift a leg that your hips start to tilt over to one side, really push up into the foot to prevent that happening. Keep nice and stable through the hips. Keep going, keep going. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your knees together, you're then going to take your knees out to the side and then back in. Out to the side and in. Up on your tiptoes or not, depending on how you feel. Side and in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Calm down, hug your knees into your chest. Made it into the stretch. Congratulations. Well done. Place your feet down on the mat, hip distance, and cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then either push that knee open or hug the knees into the chest. Breathing deeply. Gently release and change side, so right ankle over left knee. Holding in. Well done. Gently release. Take your left knee into your chest. Let your right leg stretch along the mat. So left knee into the chest. Take your left arm out to the side, palm facing up. And then pull your knee across your body towards the floor, keeping that left shoulder on the ground. So you can really let your hips twist over. So you're twisting into the spine, but keep that left shoulder on the ground. Gently release back to center. Stretch that left leg away and then take your right knee into your chest. Take the right arm out to the side, palm facing up, and then pull that knee across the body, looking towards the outstretched hand, keeping that right shoulder down on the ground. And gently release back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Gently roll over onto your side and push yourself up to seated. Take your legs out nice and wide. And pushing the knees down to the ground, trying to keep the legs straight. With a straight back, keeping your chin away from your chest, we're going to lean forwards. So don't worry if you don't come particularly far forwards, it's just initiating that movement. As though you're going to rest your chest on the ground. And gently release. Let's come to kneeling. If you have sensitive knees, you might want to grab something soft that you can kneel on. Otherwise, coming up to kneeling, take your front foot for either foot forwards. Hands down to frame the foot. Back knee back as far as you can. And then either have the hands down, or you can have the hands up on the knee, or the hands to the small of the back to push the hips forward and down. Gently come back up, take the leg back, other foot forwards, take the hands down, back leg back, back knee back, either with the hands down or up on the knee or to the small of the back to push those hips forward and down. And gently release. With your feet and legs together, push yourself up so that you're kind of balancing on the balls of the feet. The heels are lifted. And then you kind of have to find the point where you feel a good stretch through the calf and the Achilles heel. It helps to kind of lean forward maybe a little bit or lean further back. But it's almost a feeling of pressing your heels down towards the mat, and you should feel something stretching. And gently coming up to standing. Taking one arm up and overhead. Press the elbow down, stretch out the tricep. And the other side. One arm across the body for your shoulder stretch. And the other side. Interlace the fingers behind the back, push the chest forwards. Try and keep the palms together, but don't worry if that's not quite happening. Leaning forwards, take the hands up to the ceiling. Gently lower the hands and then just stay in your forward fold. You can take a hold of your opposite elbows, relax your head. And you can take a very gentle sway side to side. Gently bend the knees and roll yourself back up to standing. Fingertips together, knees are soft like we did at the beginning of the class, twisting side to side. Arms up to the ceiling, big breath in. Exhale over to one side, push the hips in the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale to the second side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale over. And down. Circle those shoulders. Very, very gently, taking one arm in front of you, palm facing away from you and fingers down. Very, very gently pull the fingers towards you. And changing sides. Other hand, palm facing away, fingers down. And release, roll the shoulders, shake your wrists, and have a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you very much. Well done, guys.